The value of silver has just achieved something remarkable by increasing continuously throughout the previous 10 consecutive months. Numerous major financial institutions are forecasting that silver's value will continue its upward trajectory from this point forward. This naturally raises an important question. Are we witnessing the final days of affordable silver? Let's dive into this topic. I want to express my genuine gratitude for tuning in. Silver is currently experiencing an unprecedented winning streak. We're observing something that has never occurred in history before. The precious metal is presently valued at $93.66. That represents where it concluded the month of February. Should it manage to climb during March, we'll witness yet another milestone with silver advancing for 11 straight months. However, let's examine our current position. Beginning in May of 2025, each individual green bar on the chart represents 1 month. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 consecutive months where silver concluded the period at a higher level than where it began the preceding month. That's the historic achievement silver has currently established. The question now becomes, what direction will it take moving forward? If we look at silver's pricing in China as a potential indicator, we're heading back above $100 per ounce. Silver is currently trading at $105.78 in Shanghai. That represents approximately a $12 premium compared to the COMEX. The Chinese market has been setting the pace for price determination. Therefore, I wouldn't be astonished to witness silver surpassing triple digits during this month. Gold is performing exceptionally well too. It's right in the midst of a 7-month consecutive winning period. You can observe here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green bars representing gold. There were a couple of declining months during the summer of 2025. Had those not occurred, it would be experiencing a significantly longer streak. It's hard to believe, but just a few years back, gold was valued under $2,000 per ounce. It's now positioned at approximately $5,300. Consequently, numerous individuals, including several major financial institutions, are forecasting gold will continue its ascent. Watcher Guru published this on their social media platform stating, Bank of America forecasts gold will achieve $6,000 within the upcoming 12 months, but I would suggest that estimate might actually be somewhat conservative, particularly when examining their silver valuation forecast. They recently stated silver could climb once again above $100 per ounce during this year. Silver Trade comments, surprised they didn't hold off until silver exceeded the historical peaks at $121 to acknowledge that silver might trade above $100 again this year. Characteristically, Bank of America, with their forecasts, tends to lag behind current market conditions. Citigroup, conversely, they recently released this substantial projection for $150 silver within 3 months. This was actually published in a Bloomberg news piece at the conclusion of January. Therefore, according to their own projections, we might witness $150 silver by the final days of April. The reasoning behind their belief that silver could reach that elevation is that China's purchasing activity still has momentum remaining. So there you have it. China is leading the direction with price determination for silver. Gold Silver HQ shared this on their platform, saying $200 silver by April. COMEX is experiencing difficulties once more. Let's go. What they are demonstrating in this visual representation here is the previous occasion the COMEX was suspended during the middle of a trading session was in December due to that so-called cooling malfunction, where they couldn't maintain adequate server temperatures in the middle of winter season. I mean, simply open a window for heaven's sake. Following that incident, silver increased 128% in merely a couple of months. Consequently, with silver positioned where it stands today, or at minimum where it was positioned last week when they experienced that technical malfunction, and halted silver trading for several hours, if we witness another repetition, that's going to elevate silver beyond $200 per ounce within the next 2 months. Make Gold Great recently stated, if you're hesitant about purchasing silver at $89, you're going to absolutely love acquiring it at $189. Therefore, remain attentive. Examine the headline from this recent Scottsdale Mint publication. Is this the conclusion of inexpensive silver? The United States has elevated the price baseline for silver. Where do you suppose that baseline is positioned? I was genuinely surprised to discover the baseline is elevated to $75 per ounce. They indicate that raising the price baseline to $75 communicates to the domestic industry that this is currently a lucrative enterprise to participate in. Smelting facilities get constructed, refining operations get constructed, and enterprises develop around the silver supply chain because there is now profit potential. Can you envision if silver never descends below $75 per ounce ever again? Make Gold Great states, obtain a writing instrument, and document this. We've consumed an entire year's worth more of silver during the last 6 years than what was extracted from mines. Silver mining production continues to decline. Silver industrial consumption continues to increase. Why am I remaining here documenting this information? Rather than acquiring additional silver, one billionaire who accurately predicted the 2000-era silver market is Mr. Eric Sprott. He's a renowned gold and silver investment expert. He actually established Sprott Asset Management, expanding it into an international powerhouse, overseeing billions in his precious metals concentrated funds, including some of the planet's largest physical silver investment vehicles. He recently released a forecast for silver. Listen to this statement. When the representative at Morgan Stanley recommended the new model portfolio 60-20-20, with 20 being precious metals, correct? Just imagine if they genuinely intended to reach 20, where the valuations of gold and silver would need to be. We wouldn't even comprehend the figure, you understand? It could be something like $1,000 for silver to achieve 20% silver allocation. Absolutely. Who knows what the figure would be for gold? I don't know what the number would calculate to, but it would certainly be multiples of 10,000 for certain. I can accept that the gold-silver ratio should return to 15. Understand? It's only extracted from Earth at 8-1. Therefore, let's assume if the gold valuation is 4,500, which is close enough, makes the calculation straightforward. Silver should be positioned at $300. That's where it ought to be. That's without considering a physical supply shortage. Now we introduce the physical supply shortage on top of that, and the shortage of silver equity investments to purchase. The opportunity is so extensively available. After examining several companies that Eric Sprott is an equity holder of where the primary metal is silver, we're discussing pure silver-focused plays. I discovered there are extremely few of those options. Nevertheless, Eric Sprott possesses roughly 4% of Kootenay Silver, who is the supporter of today's video content. They represent our most recent pure silver play for 2026. Their trading symbol is KOYF and is accessible at locations like Schwab, Fidelity, Interactive Brokers, and E-Trade. During mid-2025, when silver's valuation was approximately half of what it represents today, two financial analysts released these price projections for Kootenay Silver. Research Capital with a projection of $2.70 Canadian, and Red Cloud with a projection of $3.20 Canadian, equivalent to roughly $2 United States currency. Currently, with silver having increased more than 100% since this was released, Kootenay shares are valued at $1.49. Execute your proper investigation on Kootenay Silver, which possesses 4 silver projects, containing one of the most substantial resources in any junior exploration company with an impressive 223 million ounces of silver equivalent in the measured and indicated classification, and an additional 111 million ounces of silver equivalent in the inferred classification. As I discussed previously in the video content, the worldwide silver marketplace has commenced its 6th consecutive year of structural supply deficit. With the 2026 shortfall anticipated at 67 million ounces, this persistent imbalance follows a substantial 2025 deficit of 149 to 230 million ounces, adding to an accumulated shortage of nearly 900 million ounces since 2021. Only a small number of companies internationally control mineral deposits of this magnitude and quality. Here's one of the most significant pieces of data I can provide you. James McDonald, Kootenay Silver's president and chief executive officer, is absolutely prepared for this bull market cycle in commodities. Examine this information. James McDonald performed a crucial function in establishing Alamos Gold, a corporation that produced quadruple-digit percentage returns throughout the early to middle 2000-era gold bull market cycle. From its establishment in 2003 through 2012, the corporation's share valuation soared substantially, climbing from penny stock valuations below $1 in 2003 to well beyond $10 to $15 by the early 2010s peak. Multiple 1,000% gains for initial equity holders. Indeed, he is currently the chief executive officer of Kootenay Silver. In 2020, still a complete 2 years prior to the corporation's most productive drill hole, which was completed on September 8th, 2022, Eric Sprott purchased shares for $4 Canadian. That's approximately double their present valuation. During 2025, Eric Sprott acquired additional shares. Examine this data. As you can observe, as of January 1st, 2026, when making comparisons between various silver corporations, their enterprise valuation, which represents their market capitalization. When subtracting cash and debt divided by the magnitude of their resource or ounces of silver equivalent, we observe that Kootenay Silver is valued at only 36 cents per ounce of silver equivalent, whereas the average of these selected 15 companies is approximately $2.18 per ounce. Consequently, with silver valuation now above $90 per ounce as I'm recording, and with worldwide all-in sustaining expense to extract silver positioned just below $25 per ounce, the feasibility of advancing projects into production is considerably higher than even 1 year previously. Here's the final bonus point. Kootenay Silver, with its market capitalization of around 188 million Canadian dollars, is scheduled to drill approximately 70,000 meters in the approaching 12 months. That's $2,570 of market capitalization for every meter drilled. I appreciate that metric. As you can observe, no other silver corporation has such extensive drilling scheduled and in progress with that minimal of a market capitalization. Investigate Kootenay Silver and complete your research on it, as we are experiencing a silver bull market cycle that is prominent and central. Keep in mind, investing in silver equity securities can present more risk than simply purchasing physical silver. However, I will express this. I recognize numerous eyes are going to be focused on silver valuation tonight as it commences trading, and we will observe where it travels tomorrow. Inform me down below in the comment area. Do you believe silver is advancing above $100 per ounce this week? I want to express my sincere appreciation for watching, and I will encounter you all in my next video content. Silver Dragons out.